welcome back to another card making tutorial. So today we're gonna do this little cute card. So it says celebrating you, and this is actually a Cricut cut from one of our digital cartridges from Close to My Heart. We're gonna do a little bit background stamping. We're gonna do a little bit stamping the phrases, the phrase, because the inside is already pre-stamped for you, and then we do a little bit touching up with color the stamped image. So this one can be used for all sorts of occasions. It could be a birthday, could be a retirement, could be for school, graduation. So there are many. This is a pretty just nice uplifting phrase, so it could be used for a lot of things. So let's get going and check out our pieces. So here we have, so the flower is body's got the brown and the yellow. We got a piece of ribbon here. The inside is stamped, so we have to make sure we take it the right way around. Here's our paper, and here's our inside piece. So before we put the whole thing on there, we have to make sure we put our ribbon on, because this is gonna tuck around the edges here and will be glued to the card base. So let's start with the flower. Let's put the flower together first. So for the flower, we're gonna use a little bit avocado ink. So any green that you cut your flower out will work. And I just went around the leaves here a little bit just to give it a little bit more interest. You don't have to do anything with the flower because this whole part will be covered up, or the stem. I just wanted the leaves to get a little bit touch so that the flower itself got a little bit yellow here, but that's about it. So it's not really a big deal. Okay, let's put our flower together. So the first thing we're gonna put on is this brown piece. And this lines completely up with the bottom. And then to lift mine up, so you could do this two ways now. You can add your yellow piece right on top, or you can do it what I did. I just used the foam tape. I don't know if the camera picks this up. The foam tape here on the yellow piece. So that's what I'm gonna do now here too. So this is the side I want to put my foam on there. And maybe a few up here. That should be good. Because the flower will be put on the card front flat, so there will be no more spacers. It's just for the top piece here. I think I still miss one here. Okay. All right, and then this piece lines up with the bottom here. And that is how easy you can create your own little flower. Now for the back, so for the background here, so this goes about in the center, and this one will be somewhere around here. So I would say we're gonna make our blob somewhere in this vicinity. Now this is a stamp set, a background stamp set, which we're gonna use. So any dotted set you have will work, but I don't use the espresso color as it comes, because it's a little bit too dark as a background. So I'm gonna stamp it off. So you stamp it, and then I use the second generation to stamp on my layout on my card, and you can see how much lighter this one is. So I want the lighter version. So we're just gonna stamp it off and then stamp it on our base here. And then I might do a second one maybe. don't know. Do I want a second one? No, I'm good. I am good because we're gonna have, oop, my chamois are all dry. Because we have to stamp our phrase still on here. All right. Okay, let's stamp our phrase on here. And if you're stamping with clear stamps, you should, so clear stamps are these stamps, they don't have an extra cushioning, so we always like to put a little foam pad underneath. And if you happen to have a close to my heart stamp, they automatically come with these on the inside. So here's the stamp set, and they come already with these included, so you can grab that one. If you don't have close to my heart stamps, but you have clear stamps, and you always wonder why they don't stamp as clear as you want them to. So another way to stamp them off is, you can, if you have a Versamat, you can use this one and flip it over. It has a cushion on the back. Or you get these, actually I bought these at Home Depot in the section where they have all the stuff when you move. And they come in like a pocket to put your dishes in, so they don't break. And you just snip the edges off, and you're left with nice big pieces of foam. And there are so many in the pack, so you can maybe split it with some friends. But that's what I use, and that's what we use in class. I just use a couple of clippings and put some scratch paper on top. That way we can stamp off without getting anything dirty, and that always works great. All right, now we ink it up a few times. Tap, tap, tap. Let's give it a try. Looking good. So making sure I don't have ink on my block anywhere. And then let's try to get this straight on here. And I want this to be somewhere here. So I go straight down, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then I go straight back up. And there you have it. And I purposely put my stamp further to the side because we're gonna have our flower sitting here. All right, so these two need to be cleaned. We don't need that anymore, or this one. And now we can start assembling. So let's put this one in the center first. Okay. So we put this one in the center here. Then we're gonna put on our flower. So our flower should, no, let me put this one on first. So let's put some adhesive, and there are different ways to put adhesive on the ribbon. I sometimes like to put it directly onto the ribbon, but you can also put it on the back of your card where you will it attach. Doesn't really need this in the middle. It's not a big piece, but it just makes it easier to add. I'm sorry about the noise. I guess we have a helicopter flying over us. I got my window open. It never fails that you have all these background noises. Okay, and then I just flipped them over. And that way it's nice and tight and doesn't go anywhere. And then we can add adhesive to the back. And what I like to do is I like to go over these edges too, where we had the ribbon, so it sticks nicely to the card base. That's the right side. And this one is 4 by 5 1/4, and it goes pretty much in the center of this card. Must be a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we put our flower on. So now the flower, we just use some, I use liquid adhesive here, whatever your favorite adhesive is, but it makes it easier to attach this thin stem here with the liquid one. And then we just line it up about here. Just hold it down here a second so it adheres with the paper and the ribbon underneath. And then all that is left is the inside. So for the inside, I did a little bit doodling with just a regular pencil, and then I used a colored pencil to give the sun and the stars a little extra color. So I just went one line and then I crisscrossed a second one, and I did this all the way around. And this side. And the bottom. And if you're new to this or you're not comfortable doing this, I always recommend using a pencil. Do not use a lot of pressure, that way you can erase it. And if you want to erase it, make sure you get yourself a good eraser. So this one is one for Staedtler. You get this at I know Staples has them. I don't know if Target has them, but you will find them everywhere. And this is a really nice eraser that doesn't smear, that doesn't leave any marks. So really good. And then for our little ribbon or bow here, I just go one loop and a second loop, and then I make a little squiggly here and a little squiggly there. And that is all that I need to do for that. And then we have our and you can pick which ones you want to color in. So I just used the sun here, and I went in between the rays a little bit. I know it's hard to see because it's a really light yellow, but it just gives it a little bit extra. I did the stars, I did the little hearts here. Then I went with the O, and this O, and the D, and a little loop here just to spread it out a little bit. And then I just went across this phrase here. And naturally you can do more or less or not at all, but I thought that just gives it a little bit extra. And there you have it. Here's another quick card project, super easy. If you don't have die cuts, you can use maybe flowers you have or stickers you have available. You can put down, if you don't want a flower, you can do, I don't know if it's for a guy, depending on what you have available in your dies, or you can cut with your machine, maybe a big beer mug or a wine bottle or whatever the occasion is. So there are multiple ways to do this, but here it is, quick and simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it so far, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, I would love if you subscribe to my channel. That helps me out with my YouTube channel. And yes, I will see you back here next week with another card making tutorial. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.